If you've ever walked past old fence boards, salvaged barn wood, or discarded pallets and thought they were just trash, this video is going to change the way you see them. Reclaimed wood is one of the most versatile and beautiful materials you can use in your home, and today I'm going to show you exactly how to turn it into decor that looks like it came from a high-end boutique for a fraction of the cost. We're covering 3 beginner-friendly projects: a floating wood shelf, a rustic picture frame, and a herringbone wood art panel for your wall. Each one uses the same basic techniques, so once you learn the process, you can apply it to almost any project you can imagine. The total cost for all 3 projects runs between $40 and $80 depending on your local lumber salvage prices. Set aside a weekend afternoon, about 4 to 6 hours total, and you're in great shape. Skill level is beginner to intermediate. If you've used a saw and a drill before, you can do this. Let's start with sourcing your wood. The best places to find reclaimed wood are architectural salvage yards, Habitat for Humanity restore locations, Facebook Marketplace, Craigslist, and even curbside on bulk trash days. Old fence boards, pallet wood, barn siding, and floorboards all work beautifully. When you're picking pieces, look for wood that has interesting grain, natural weathering, or old paint. That character is exactly what makes these projects look stunning. Avoid wood with deep rot, mold, or structural damage. A little surface checking and small cracks are fine and actually add to the aesthetic. Before you touch a saw, you need to prep the wood, and this step is where most beginners skip ahead and regret it. First, remove any old nails or screws using a pry bar and hammer. Run a strong magnet along the wood before cutting. This will find any hidden metal that could damage your blade or create a serious safety hazard. Next, give every piece a light scrub with a stiff brush and a mixture of 1 part white vinegar to 2 parts water. This cleans off grime and kills any surface mold spores without stripping the character of the wood. Let it dry fully, at least 24 hours before moving on. Now let's talk tools. For these 3 projects, you'll need a miter saw or circular saw, a power drill, wood glue, clamps, sandpaper in 80 and 120 grit, a level, and wall anchors appropriate for your wall type. For finishing, grab a can of clear matte polyurethane or a natural beeswax finish if you want a more organic look. Both are available at any hardware store for around $12 to $15. Starting with the floating shelf. Cut your reclaimed board to your desired length. 36 inches is a common and versatile size. Sand the top surface lightly with 120 grit sandpaper. You're not trying to make it perfectly smooth. Just knock off any splinters and loose fibers. Leave the front face and sides as is to preserve that weathered look.
Mount a metal floating shelf bracket to your wall studs. Always hit the studs, or use proper toggle anchors if you can't. Slide the board onto the bracket and secure it from underneath with short screws. That's it. Total time for this step is about 45 minutes. Cost is roughly $15 to $25 including the bracket. On to the rustic picture frame. This one surprises people because it looks incredibly professional, but it's genuinely simple. Cut 4 pieces of your reclaimed wood at 45-degree angles on each end. These are your miter cuts. The size depends on whatever photo or print you want to frame, so measure carefully and cut precisely. Use wood glue on each mitered joint. Clamp the corners together and let it cure for at least 2 hours. Once dry, reinforce each corner on the back with a small metal mending plate and screws. This adds strength without showing on the front. Cut a thin piece of plywood or hardboard to fit the back, attach it with small brad nails, and you have a frame that looks like it costs $60 at a boutique. Total cost per frame runs about $8 to $12. Time is around 90 minutes, including drying time. Now the statement piece, the herringbone wood art panel. This is the project that gets the most attention when guests walk into a room. Start with a thin plywood backer cut to your desired size. 18 by 24 inches works well as a starting point. Next, rip your reclaimed wood into uniform strips, roughly 1.5 to 2 inches wide. A table saw is ideal here, but a circular saw with a straight edge guide works fine too. Lay out your strips in a herringbone pattern on the backer before gluing anything. This is your dry fit, and it lets you catch any gaps or alignment issues before they're permanent. Once you're happy with the layout, apply wood glue to the back of each strip and press it firmly onto the backer. Use painter's tape to hold pieces in place while the glue dries if you don't have enough clamps. Let everything cure overnight. The next day, trim any overhanging edges flush with a circular saw, add a sawtooth hanger to the back, and it's ready to hang. Cost for this project is around $15 to $30 depending on your wood source. Total time is about 2 to 3 hours plus overnight drying. Here are a few things experienced woodworkers will tell you that can save your projects. Number 1. Always pre-drill holes near the ends of reclaimed wood before driving screws. Old wood splits easily, and a split piece can ruin hours of work in a second. Number 2. If your reclaimed wood has a strong musty smell, lightly sand the surface and apply a coat of shellac-based primer before your final finish. It seals in odors completely. Number 3. Mix pieces from different sources in the same project.
Combining wood with slightly different tones and textures creates a richer, more intentional look than using uniform pieces.
For finishing all 3 projects, apply 1 to 2 coats of clear matte polyurethane using a foam brush. Matte keeps the rustic feel intact. Gloss finishes tend to make reclaimed wood look cheap in plastic. Lightly sand between coats with 220 grit sandpaper for a smooth, durable surface that will last for years. Let's do a quick recap. You sourced your reclaimed wood, prepped it safely by removing metal and cleaning it, built a floating shelf, a mitered picture frame, and a herringbone wall panel, and finished everything with a protective matte coat. Total investment across all 3 projects, $40 to $80 and 1 weekend. The result is decor that has genuine character, tells a story, and looks like it belongs in a design magazine. If this video helped you, subscribe to Home How To for a new home improvement guide every week. We cover everything from quick weekend fixes to full room transformations, all designed for real people doing it themselves. Leave a comment below and let us know what you're planning to make first. We read every single one.